everyone. I can't believe I'm as a serious professional venture capitalist. I like to invest her. Amazing! Oh my gosh. Please be patient to listen to my boring the presentation after that such a brilliant presentation. My name is Taizo Son. I'm the one of the founders of the education startup called Vivita. So first of all, please look at this slide. This is a slide in New York City, Fifth Avenue, in 1900, more than 100 years ago. So as you can see, there's a automobile is there. It's an Oldsmobile one, as you can see, that there are so many coaches, but just only one automobile. The first in our history. That it was on the street. And then 13 years from then, just 13 years. It's such a short period of time, but as you can see, all the traffic has been changed drastically. The traffic has changed to the automobiles, and there's only one coach. So we can learn from those two slides that maybe once or twice in 100 years, there is a big change in such a short period of time, right? So now is another great moment that we are facing at the drastic change for transportation. As you know, the autonomous vehicle will come. So as an investor, I have invested a couple of the autonomous vehicle technology companies in the Silicon Valley and so on. And according to them, within 3 or 5 years, they will launch commercially, not the prototype, but commercially, they will launch the autonomous vehicle service on the street. So if you look at the centuries, 19th century, before 19th century, the traffic was the coaches, horse-driven transportation. And in 20th century, it's the age of the cars, automobile. And in 21st century, obviously, it's the age of the AI and robots. So in order to move to some place to another, in 19th century, we need the skill to operate the horses, right? So we have to understand the horse's psychology and how many times we should feed to the horses and how to operate the horses and so on. So that was the very important skills to operate the horses. But as you know, then in 20th century, we need a license, driver's license to operate the car. But in this century, how to operate AI is the key to move smoothly and wisely, smart. So this is a very, very interesting and a very easy to understand example of the transition of the skills to move from place to another. So what about the basic skills? So we have a notion that we need some basic skills to make a civilized society. So what was the basic skills in each century? In 19th century, the 3 R's, the reading and writing and arithmetic. So that was defined as a basic skills for the people. But in 20th century, of course, not only that 3 R's, but also we think that we have to learn the more things that as a basic skill as citizens. So, but it's a memory centric. So that's why the schools, even today, are the memory centric, in a sense, memory centric education, right? The wealth of the knowledge is a key. So the definition of the smart person is how much we acquire the wealth of the knowledge and how we can adapt, utilize those knowledges and know-hows to the certain conditions and so on, situations and so on. But I don't think this kind of the wealth of knowledge will be the basic skills anymore in this century. Obviously, as you can understand, the AI is coming, and that kind of skills will be easily replaced by the AI and robots. So I believe that in this century, I believe that the skills to create the future, better future, that will be the basic skills for everyone. So many educators have already pointed out that, that this is a kind of the very, very basic four C's as a 21st century skill: creativity and critical thinking. It's very important for making some new innovative ideas. And also, so no one can create great things without any other's help. So communication skills and collaboration skills, those are the very important. So it's obvious. And in my understanding, in my study, I have enhanced that 21st century skills like this. So not only the 4 C's, but also everybody should study, have a literacy about the science, technology, and arts, and so on, the STEAMs. And also, I'd like to emphasize that the life skills or career skills, so those are the very important. But I'd like to tell the one question: is those skills fostering those skills? Is the school the best place to foster those skills? Do you think? I don't think so, to be honest. I have many educator friends, and I have many network with the schools, but I dare to say that I don't think the school is the best place to foster the creativity, critical thinking, communication skills, life skills, and so on. Because I will tell you later why, but the existing schools, traditional education system is not designed for fostering those purposes, those skills. So this is an interesting chart that Lego Foundation has made a broad research around the world, and according to them, so it's talk about the creative freedom. So in the elementary school, elementary age, the creative freedom is relatively high, but as they grow older, creative freedom will be decreased. So, and actually, especially in Asia, the high school is just a preliminary school for entering into the university. That's all. So in that sense, there's almost nothing, no creative freedom. So we should raise up those freedom as they grow. And but the question is, how do we bring children's creativity up? That's a question. So in order to solve the issues and also answering the questions, I'd like to propose you guys that one thing. Instead of try to make an answer, I'd like to propose you guys that we should do more inquiry instead of that rushing to the answer. So I will tell you why. If we try to answer that question, yeah, maybe some people say that teach the contemporary up-to-date contents, like the STEAM contents and so on, the programming and the arts, design thinking, blah, blah, blah. But of course, yeah, so I won't deny, I won't reject the things. But from this attitude, I think we cannot find, I don't think we can find the deeper insights or the inspirations. So instead of trying to answer that question, I like to do the further inquiry about the question. as I told you, is it the best place is a school is the best place to foster the creativity? And I thought, at least I myself thought that I don't think it's the best. So I started the Vivita. It's a creative, so we call it a creative accelerator for the kids. So I like to show you some video. Oh.
点滅で自分のいる場所分かるみたいな。
そうそうそうそう。
めっちゃ吸ってんじゃん、すごいじゃん。
おお。よっしゃ。
いや、超すごいこれもう。
So I started this place March last year. So almost 1.5 years has passed since we started. It's a completely free of charge. Everybody can come, and we won't charge any tuitions and so on. That is completely free. So, and I decided from the beginning that I will never charge any tuitions to the kids or parents. And then, to be honest, there's no revenue model so far. So many parents are criticizing, "Hey, Taizo-san, it's really good, but can you continue?" I said, "No worry, no worry. It's a trial period, so we are thinking of every kind of the possible revenue model in the future. So and still, thanks to our decades, the efforts as a serial entrepreneur, I could get some financial returns, capital gain. So, so don't worry, I will never stop this one." But anyway, and actually, we just started 1.5 years ago. But in these days, many companies in Japan, they like to tap with us. So they started the sponsoring to us. For a collaborative workshop with the companies and so on, and the children will give feedback to the company, and they can develop the new technology or get the new insights from the kids and so on. So that's why it's getting the conditions are getting better and better. It's to be honest, it's much better than I expected. So I started this in Japan from Japan. But from this month, we will start here in Estonia. We set up a Vivista Teleskivi. As you know, that it's a center of the Estonian startup ecosystem. So then it's literally in the center of the Teleskivi. I'm so excited that we will start the Vivista in Teleskivi. From this summer, we started some kind of the pop-up with Estonian kids. And also, especially, we like to encourage the girls and to make them familiar with new technologies and making. So recently, we did the dollhouse workshop and so on, especially for the girls. And also, like that way, we are providing a good environment for the kids, Estonian kids, so that they can feel that we can create anything by ourselves. So, as you've seen, there is no teacher and no curriculum. We won't teach anything, but so children will make a pitch to us. I like to create a robot. I like to create the animation movie. And then, so what kind of robots do you like to make? and we will ask deeper. And then, of course, every single children will bring the very innovative idea, original idea, unique idea. So, like Sarah. So, wow, this is cool. Let's make it happen. So that's our attitude. So, as I told you, so we call it the creative accelerator. So, last decade, I have been running the startup acceleration program in Asia. So I got some know-how through those activities. And my original inspiration idea is that if we adopt this methodology to the kids, what happens? Right? And in order to foster the creativity, entrepreneurs are very creative, very innovative. So we cannot teach something, anything to the entrepreneurs because entrepreneurs are much greater than us. But we can support something because they are always struggling for something. So we can help. So like that way, instead of the teaching, we can help the kids' creativity. So that's my original inspiration. So we started, we tried, and then it worked, actually. So we set up every kind of the creative tools for professionals. And also, like scissors or screws for the professionals, and also 3D printers, laser cutters, 3D scanners, and so on. And everything is for the professional. So we won't treat children as children. So it's that we are equal to them. So we will provide the professional tools for the making. And then on top of it, if you look at the creative tools in the last century, so those are the creative tools for the kids, right? But I strongly felt that we should update to today's century, today's world. So we are developing the creative tools for them so that they can make any kind of smarter things by themselves. So it's called Vivita. And currently, it's still under development and still prototyping. But eventually, we will submit to the open source so that everybody can modify and improve these creative tools for the kids. Because I strongly believe that education should not be privilege, the common rights for everybody. And education should not be the industry, but for everyone. So the BB Programmer and BB Parts is the open platform for making a visual programming. And also we are providing every kind of the hardware modules. And it's a programmable, of course. And combining those hardware modules, children can create any kind of things with a very easy to use, easy to understand visual programming environment. So those are the parts we are providing. So we will bring every kind of the newest sensors or hardware modules and so on. And also BB Designer, this is the CAD tool, computer-aided design tools. I think it's easiest tools in the world, I believe, that anybody can create a shape with just touching and fingers and fingertips, and then if we push the one button, and send to the laser cutter automatically, and the laser cutter will cut any kind of the very complicated shape. And also, some kids requested us to create some animation tools. So we are creating the animation tools, authoring tools for them. So this is the movie that the 9-year-old girl and 11-year-old girl made. It's a 3D printed, and also the shapes are the laser cutters. And they have created this kind of the animation with ease. And also, this is a robot that 11-year-old boy made using our tools. And not only encouraging them to create the robots, and some kids got interested in making better robots. So we decided to hold the robot competition. So our competition is a little bit unique compared to the existing traditional Robocon in Japan. That we won't set any regulations, but we set the goal and the rules. So within 3 minutes, you collect the ball as many as you can, and the red is very hard to collect, so that's why the more points, and the blue is easier, so smaller points, something like that. But you can complete the mission. So with any kind of approach you can adapt, and the goal is this. So in order to achieve the goal, you can you can design any kind of robots. Of course, you cannot grab the ball directly to collect. So using robots, you can do it. So like that way, we set the Robocon, and we held a couple of times, and it worked. And also, not only that, it worked. Some kids created very innovative ideas. For example, for me, if I join to this Robocon, I will think that I will make a very smart robot. But some kids have created for example, 4 robots simultaneously, and they operated 4 robots simultaneously and collect the ball. So it was a very, very out of the box idea especially for me. So I was blown away. So like that way, the children has in a good way, they have no biased common sense. So that's why they can create amazing ideas by themselves. So that would be one of the definition of the creative freedom. So instead of the teaching, we will design the good environment to stimulate the curiosity and creativity, and encouraging them to be bold, to be ambitious to achieve the goal. So like that way, we started. So thanks to this, and we connected to the Robotex community, and from next year, very thankfully, they will adopt our Robocon as one of the competitions of the Robotex. So we are so excited to be a part of the Robotex community. So let's keep on the inquiry, and then I got thinking of creating a new environment for the kids outside the school, and then I got a new question that why can't children participate in the society future, such as earning the money or being a part of the company and so on. Then, of course, because we could observe that children has amazing skills, amazing ideas, very, very in a creative approach. So definitely they can be the employees. And Zara, look at Zara. She's an amazing entrepreneur. Actually, seriously, I can invest, right? It's her quality, her skills are good enough to be the entrepreneur, right? But we adults, as a society, we segregate the children from the society, and we keep them not joining to the society in a sense. You should go to the school. You cannot be the employee, or you can be the manager of the company, and so on. So, okay, thank you. Sorry. So, so this is the last slide. So our lifetime is going longer. So we will live more than 100 years. So, but it's until the 20th century, until 20 years old, we have to learn, and after that, no learning, but working. And then from 60 years old or 70 years old, we're doing nothing. So we should update to the lifelong learning period. So that's my another insights through the Vivita activities. So we should change, we should redesign the total lifetime educational design, learning style to the new one. So that's why we started, and also we will definitely keep on these efforts so that we can create not only the children, but also for us, the updated, the lifelong learning environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Taizo.